Okay, we're going to jump to the next third down on this same drive. And this is an empty formation, 4 verts concept. And what this is we're going to get 4 verticals with a shallow route. So what that is we're going to get a go vertical here. We're going to get the same on the outside. Then you're going to get a seam by number 2. And then by number 3, you're going to get what I call a through seam. And the reason why I call it a through seam is because the player is actually running through the formation, crossing the ball to get to the other seam. Okay, in the 4 verts concept, you're always trying to work these 4 areas of the field. Then what they do is they tag with it this shallow route coming right underneath. Okay, now the coverage that they're going to get is perfect for this 4 verticals concept, right? It's a cover 3. And in it, there's a weak rotation. And what that means is this is our corner up top. This is our corner here to the boundary. This is our safety. This is our other safety. You're going to get weak rotation, meaning he is going to rotate into the weak side of the formation and he is going to rotate to the field. So if you look at the way that it's moving, the rotation of the safeties is working down here to the boundary weak. Now it's 4 under. There's my flat player. There's my hook player. There's my hook player, and this safety becomes my flat player. And that's where you get 3 deep, 4 under. So having a vertical concept on here is a great call. And what you're going to see is the safety that comes down, it looks like he may attach to this shallow. But what's going to happen is as the shallow runner runs across the field, he's going to pass it off to the hook player who attaches. So this isn't like true zone. There's a little bit of match in it. A lot of zone coverage teams have principles of match. And what that means is if somebody comes into my zone, right, as that shallow route crosses into my zone, I am then going to attach to him and I am going to match him in my zone. So a little bit of this happens here. What you'll see is as BYU starts to run, that safety, see him point his finger, he's saying, hey, this is you. You are going to take this shallow route, and then what I'm going to do is I am going to sink to play my responsibility. Now, in his responsibility, let's say that BYU had tagged a comeback out here. It would be beautiful to be able to take this comeback because there is nobody underneath the comeback. But here in strictly your 4 vert concept, Keaton versus 3 high, is basically going to work off that safety. He's going to play those 2 seams off of this safety sitting in the middle of the field. And I thought this is one of Keaton's best throws because what he's doing is he's playing off of this guy and he's got to layer it. He has to throw a ball that is layered between this flat player and this safety. And this is why it was such a good ball. And as you can see, here comes this through seam working right here. Keaton throws with great anticipation. You can see where the underneath defender is. As the underneath defender sitting here, our guy is still working to cross into that space. But a great job of anticipation. Now watch, this is what I call layering a ball perfectly. You can see that Keaton's ball came in perfect, not too high, just right over his hands. If that ball had too much height on it, meaning it didn't come in with enough pace, you can see this safety driving to hit this through seam. The ball gets over the linebacker's hands with great pace and allows it to get in there right before the hit is made on this through seam. This right here is a beautifully thrown ball. The other reason why Keaton took this through seam, some people may say, well, geez, if this guy's getting that much depth and that safety's moving this direction, why not take this seam? When the decision was made, I'm going to go back a little bit. Look where this safety is at. This safety's on this hash working to the middle of the field. He's not in the middle of the field working with Keaton's eyes. So Keaton's eyes right here are basically going to that safety. Most likely, as Keaton's vision is in this direction, that safety settles. And because that safety settles near that hash, Keaton knows I can take this through seam. And then as he delivers the ball, that player breaks on it. But this to me was one of Keaton's best throws of the game. The behind view is a great view of him layering it in perfectly. Again, big time throw on a 3rd and 8. Great catch, good protection. This is a solid play.